Joining us now, Matthew Whiz Buckley, former Navy and commercial pilot, Top Gun graduate, and founder of the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. Whiz, welcome.
Thank you, Anna. Thanks for having me.
We are so pleased to have you. So the leaked chat showed administration officials debating how important this operation actually was to U.S. interests. What's your take here?
Well, you nailed it at your intro. This is a major shipping lane, and folks who complained about inflation don't really understand that adding a couple weeks of travel time, actually, the shipping companies aren't foundations. They're going to pass that cost on to us, the consumers. So freedom of navigation absolutely demands that the Red Sea remain open, and the United States taking action to ensure that is just the right thing to do.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, especially knowing that it delays their trip by 10 days when they go around Africa. This fight against the Houthis goes back to the Biden administration. What, if anything, is the Trump administration doing differently?
Well, I'm old enough to remember the Biden administration took the Houthis off the terror watch list, and they did that to try and appease their overlords, the Iranians. Well, Trump back in town said, no, we're going to put them back on the terror list, and now we're going to start striking them. This is absolutely critical. And talking about Signalgate or whatever you want to talk about, I've actually spent a lot of time on aircraft carriers in the region. I've done strike planning, not the words that all these folks are throwing around as a shiny red ball right now. In between Signalgate and a nothing burger is a something burger, right? This was definitely sensitive information. This was not secret. This was not top secret. And Hannah, let me tell you, if Little Sister Mary's of the Poor University got Alabama's playbook, they knew exactly what play Alabama was going to run throughout the entire football game. They still would have to play Alabama. President Trump could have emailed the no kidding strike plans, not this signal chatter, and the results would have been the same. The Yemenis have no air defense, and the results still would have been the same.
The Pentagon said 30 Houthi targets were eliminated on the first day of these strikes, but since then we haven't really gotten any more updates. Do you have any sense of what's happening now?
Well, so the Houthis are scattering, right? So we probably hit a lot of high-value targets, and from my intel, we hit a lot of high-value people, just like Israel with Hamas and Hezbollah. Once you cut the head off the snake, it takes a while for them to regroup. So we did some very, very precise targeting, and now they're pretty scattered. They are on their heels right now, and they really don't know what to do.
Whiz, you know we have to dive deeper into Signalgate, and I'm going to ask you about this. The administration says the information wasn't classified. Democrats are saying that's ridiculous. This is what Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy from Illinois said.
This is classified information. It's a weapon system, as well as sequence of strikes, as well as details about the operations. Using the DOD's manual, as well as the executive order in operation today with the Trump administration, this text message is clearly classified information. Secretary Hegseth has disclosed military plans as well as classified information. He needs to resign immediately.
Could this leak potentially have impacted our military service members who are serving overseas in this mission?
Absolutely not, Hannah. I've spent hours, if not days, strike planning. This was not a strike plan. When I got up on the flight deck, in my helmet bag, walking out to my F-18, was a detailed strike plan. Who's doing what by when, what time this missile is hitting this point. And Hannah, if you look at that signal thread that's scrolling by, a couple times they allude to, hey, we were on the high side, or maybe if we need more details, let's go back to the high side. High side is classified slang for the top secret or the secret way that we talk back and forth. This was sensitive. The high side, and it's listed right there. It says, hey, if you want more details in this, we have to go jump over to the high side. So they knew they were talking sensitive. And if you wanted to get even more, we got to go, it's called covered or secure. They knew what they were doing. This was a little gray. I get it. There's blood in the water for Democrats, and they want Pete Hegseth's scalp. I'm old enough to remember the previous Secretary of Defense disappearing AWOL for a week. And I also remember a knee-jerk drone strike after Abbey Gate. 13 service personnel died at Abbey Gate. A couple days later, Lloyd Austin ordered a drone strike that killed 10 civilians, including 7 children looking for water. I never heard a peep about any of those people frothing at the mouth, calling for his resignation. So little bit of politics going on here, Hannah, in my opinion.
I actually learned a lot from this conversation. Whiz, Buckley, thank you so much for breaking it down.
Thank you.